Hey guys, I wasn't even going to get involved in this whole Galaxy Fold discussion, but I gotta say one thing. Everyone needs to calm down. Hey, what's up guys? It's Joe from Tech Motivation. I wasn't even going to make a video like this. Honestly, there's enough videos about the Fold out there. I didn't need to be another guy that made one, but I just want to get a few points across here. It's funny to me that everybody's in such a rage over a couple of phones that are broken. A couple due to user error, a couple due to nobody really knows why yet. Okay? It's a new product. I understand there's going to be issues. But the fact that everybody seems to be, like a lot of people especially, seem to be like reveling in the fact that this technology is failing bothers me. As a tech person, as somebody who's into everything that comes out pretty much that's new, and I love seeing development and how things are moving along and how quickly the technology is advancing. And I think at this point, it's almost too quick for what's going on. It's going too fast right now to stop itself. I mean, we have brand new flagships coming out every single year. Every year, we get a brand new flagship. How much time does that really give them for R&D and testing and making sure that it's going to work in average everyday use? A lot of the issues with the Galaxy Fold, not working in everyday use, putting it in and out of your pocket, stuff getting stuck under the pseudo screen protector that's on top of the actual screen itself to protect it. Honestly, putting it so that it looks like it's removable was a giant mistake. I mean, on their part. Why it's not folded underneath with the rest of the screen, I haven't the slightest idea, honestly. It should be, but it's not. Okay, and some people did try to peel it off. But it's understandable. That could happen to me. That could happen to anybody. I always take off whatever screen protectors are on. I want to see that screen. I want to see what it looks like. I want to enjoy looking at that screen with nothing inhibiting the display. I want to be able to see what's on my screen without having a screen protector. There were years I didn't use screen protectors. I do now only because these awesomely strong phones that supposedly are able to take a beating, and it's Gorilla Glass and it's really strong, end up with constant hairline scratches all over the screens. In 2019, still happening, right? In and out of my pocket, scratches on the screen. I take very good care of my stuff, as you could probably guess, and that bothers me. So now I've actually been putting tempered glass screen protectors on my phone. It does. A lot of them will mess with the touch sensitivity. A lot of them are horrendous, honestly. Some of them are great. The ones I found to be pretty good. I have one on my iPhone XS Max just because I started noticing little hairline scratches on your front screen. I mean, listen, technology's advancing almost too fast at this point. When you have a product that's thrown out there in the wild, okay, a bunch of YouTube reviewers got it, a bunch of really big guys like Lou over at Unbox Therapy, I mean, and MKBHD, and there's a ton of very big YouTubers that got this phone. Obviously, it wasn't going to be one of the small guys. I mean, I wouldn't even consider myself a small guy yet. I'm pretty new to the game here. But the bottom line here is, all these people coming out of the woodwork and screaming at Lou, oh, you're bought and paid for. Somebody paid for you. Somebody's giving you this phone, and then they're paying you to say it's a great phone. I don't think Lou's been dishonest at all. I got to be honest here. I really don't think Lou has been dishonest. I think he's given his real opinions so far on what he's had the phone for, what, 4 or 5 days? I mean, what do you expect him to know about that phone in 4 to 5 days? And then all of a sudden screens start breaking 24 to 48 hours in, and everybody's like, Samsung sucks. It's just like the Note 7 and they're all going to blow up. And calm down, man. Calm down. We should all be extremely excited about this. This is a folding phone that's actually coming to market. Whether it's great or it's not great, and I'm not giving it the first gen pass. I get it. What pass I am going to give it though? I'm going to give it a very big pass on the fact that this race to be first with everything is basically degrading the quality of the materials that we're getting in hand as a consumer. Okay? Because they're rushing to get everything out. They're rushing to be first. And listen, I'm all for competition. Competition is one of the most important things in tech. If we didn't have Samsung versus Apple, we wouldn't have half the technology we have today. I mean, Samsung 15 years ago was a nobody, really, except for their regular electronic stuff that they put out. Now, all of a sudden, they're the number one contender to Apple, so now all these people have to come out of the woodwork and be like, oh, see, it's a piece of shit. Doesn't work. The screens are falling off. It's flying away on its own because it's folded. I mean, come on. Calm down. Give it a minute. Let it get into consumer hands. Let's see what it looks like. Samsung's always been very good with replacing defective things. So if it's defective, did I pre-order it? Yeah, I did. Did I cancel my pre-order? Absolutely not. Because in the bigger scheme of things, when I get it, I'll make my decision. All these people screaming on YouTube and yelling and complaining and fighting back and forth. See, this is why Apple didn't come out with AirPower, because it wasn't ready, and Samsung shouldn't throw things out there that aren't ready. They did a lot of testing on it in the amount of time that they had. They've been working on this for a long time. Listen, if it's not perfect, it's not perfect. This has happened before. This will happen again. It happens all the time because of the speed of the technology coming to market. Okay? Things are coming to market way too fast here. All right? You expect a brand new flagship phone with a new processor, upgraded RAM, upgraded display, biometrics, the whole nine in a 1 year period of time. And trust me, I'm not naive. I know they've been working on this stuff for years. I get that. But they're still tasked with coming out with a brand new thing every single year. I don't know about you guys out there, but I mean, you can tell right now, I mean, between my work schedule and everything else that I have going on, I can't get a lot of videos out right away, obviously. Okay? So put the pressure on me to put out, I don't know, let's say 2 or 3 videos a week. Right now, no way I could do it unless I was doing this full time, right? These guys have a year to put out a smartphone that's supposed to knock your socks off and be better than everything else that's ever come out in a year. 1 year. Okay? That's a pretty big task. All right? And to come out with a brand new technology and do that, I mean, I think everybody's just jumping the gun here, honestly. And if anybody understands Samsung and understands the things that they've done in the past, okay, they are, and I'm sure you can look it up, and, you know, I'm sure a lot of you probably know this as well, but Samsung is number one in phones that are defective off the line. Okay, in that space, they are number one. Okay, they've had the highest percentage of failure on new devices more than anybody else, more than anyone. So anybody who's out there that's shocked, oh my God, how could Samsung put this out? They've been doing it for years. For years. But what I will also say, for years, they've been making good on it. Okay? They took care of the issue with the Note. Cost them a lot of money. The Note 7 cost them a tremendous amount of money. Right? But they did what they had to do. They came back and they brought in the Note 8 and that fixed everything, right? They even brought the Note 7 back, fan edition, that we couldn't get here in America, but was available in other countries. I'm not an anything fan. I'm not here to preach that Samsung's the best company in the world. I'm not here to preach that Apple's the best company in the world. I don't think any of them are all that. They're all just fighting for position in a market that's saturated. This is a saturated market. I could sit here for 5 minutes on this video, and I won't do it because it's boring, and I will not do that to you guys, and start naming cell phone manufacturers. They're coming out of the woodwork at this point because everybody's trying to make money on the same big thing. Everybody's trying to get out there and make their dollars. Problem is, when you're rushing everything and you're trying to get everything out to market quick because, and let's not blame the big companies on this. They started that trend, but now the consumer expects it. We expect a brand new product every year. We're already getting leaks about a Pixel 4. The 3 just came out not that long ago. We're already getting leaks about the Pixel 4. We're already getting leaks about the Note 10. We're getting leaks about all kinds of new phones that are coming out 6 months to 8 months after the original came out. I mean, Xiaomi, just as an example, came out with the Mi Mix 2, and 6 months later came out with the 2S with an upgraded camera system and an upgraded processor. So the speed to market is part of the quality control issue here. Don't forget, these got to get designed, manufactured, tested, shipped on boats all over the earth in a 1-year time frame. Think about that. So listen, it's not about brand loyalty or any of that kind of loyalty. I'm loyal to no brand. I like technology. I like the products. I like everything that's coming out. New stuff. I'm one of the reasons why we're on this speed train to coming out with brand new things all the time. I'm part of that problem because I want it now. I want it now. I wish my Fold was here already and I could play with it and open it and close it and have a grand old time staring at it and saying, haha, mine works. But listen, 6 months down the road, I might be crying a different story. I might tell you know what? Biggest piece of crap I ever owned. Can't put it in your pocket, can't do anything with it. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it, but I know I'm going to give you an honest opinion. And the last thing I'm going to say about the big YouTubers out there, give them a little slack, man. I mean, seriously, they're monetized by doing what they do. They're monetized by us and the fact that we're watching advertisements during their videos. And do they get free products? Absolutely. Do they get all kinds of accoutrements that we don't get as smaller guys? Absolutely. They get it all. That doesn't mean they're biased. That doesn't necessarily mean they're biased. And most of the guys that I've seen that are biased will tell you flat off the bat, hey, you know what? I'm an Apple fan, and I believe everything that Apple makes is awesome. I think it's great. I love Apple. Apple's the best. Great. Good for you. I'm not a fan of anything in general. I use Windows. I use Mac. I use Linux. I can go through a laundry list of different operating systems, different types of phones, different brands. Because I'm into tech. I'm not into arguing with people about whether Samsung's better than Apple or Apple's better than Samsung. The fact that we even have to have that argument means things are progressing the way they should be. It means there's competition out there, and competition leads to a couple different things. It leads to innovation. It leads to price wars, which is better for the consumer. Okay? It leads to a lot of very good things for us as the consumer. Not everything is bad. Not everything is awful. Not everything is like, oh my God, I can't believe this. This is terrible. These phones they're failing. It's chill out, man. Just relax. These things haven't even been in the hands of the consumer yet. They haven't even made it into my hands, your hands, or anybody who didn't get it handed to them by Samsung. Nobody has it yet. And already we're dooming it. It's over. Is it over for Samsung? Yeah, they said the same thing at the Note 7. The same thing. Was it over then? No. Is it over now? Absolutely not. What I can't really quite understand, though, is how I've seen tech community people going after each other over this. Seriously? Guys who are supposedly, tech enthusiasts and tech influencers and that kind of thing going after each other because a product failed. So far, in testing, there have been issues. And if you take the percentage of phones that actually failed as opposed to the ones that people are still walking around with them and they're working just fine, it's a higher percentage than normal, yeah. But it's also a lower number to work with. If you put that failure rate up against 100,000 shipped, it's nothing. Okay, so how do we know? We don't know that they didn't give the phones that they took their automation and opened it and closed it 200,000 times. We don't know that one of these testers got that phone. How do we know? They got to cut costs somewhere, right? They can't just give away phones, and they can't just take 100 phones and open and close and open and close and open and close them 200,000 times and then expect to just eat them, sit on them, take them apart, use them for parts, whatever they're going to do. So who knows? Maybe they got some of those. Maybe they got one that was open and closed 200,000 times. I have no idea. I don't know how that works. I've never been to the Samsung factory. I don't know what they do there. What I will say is, I think the panic is quite early. I think attacking YouTubers and saying that they're defending it is absolutely absurd. I haven't heard one person say that they were defending it specifically out loud. They all had their reasons for liking it or disliking it. And that's called an opinion. And we're all allowed to have one, including me. And this was mine. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.